everyone, welcome! If you're new here, my name is Anastasia. I'm a graphic and web designer and also a founder at AG Global Designs, which is a Canadian-based design agency. In this video, I'm going to show you the process of designing a logo for a cleaning company. Before we start this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through the table of contents for this video, so you know the general structure and what this video is going to be about. We will start by analyzing the creative brief for this project, followed by gathering all assets for the logo, such as color palette, fonts, and graphics. And then we will start designing the logo in Adobe Illustrator, where I'm going to show you very useful tools I use in Illustrator that make the design process way more efficient. In the final step, I'm going to show you how to deliver the final logo to a client. So make sure to watch till the end. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on, so you can be the first one to get notified when I post similar videos. Let's get started! At first, we are going to analyze the client's business and the creative brief, which will guide us through the entire design process and which will help us to deliver the logo that fits the client's vision. Our client's business name is Alberta Made, which is a startup cleaning company. Our client wants the logo to look very clean, minimalistic, and modern. Also, the client wants the logo to have a few design elements, such as mountains and bubbles. Also, the logo that we are going to design is going to be a combination mark logo type, which is a text-based logo that focuses on the business's name and also has a few design elements. Did you know that there are 7 different types of logos? If you are a designer and you want to learn more about each logo type, then in the description below I left a link to one blog post where you can go and learn more about each logo type. During the design process, we need to keep those requirements in mind so we can design the logo that fits the creative brief. And now it's time to gather all the design assets, such as color palette, fonts, and imagery, which will assist us in designing the logo. The best tool you can use to find color palettes is Adobe Color Wheel. It's a completely free tool that will help you to find color palettes for any type of project. This website also has so many features that would be extremely useful for any type of the project. I'm not gonna go over all of them. However, let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to make a separate video about all the features in Adobe Color Wheel. Today I'm going to use the Explorer tab that you can find on the top bar. In the search bar, you can type in any word. It can be color name or the object name. Because our logo is going to have a blue color palette, I'm going to type in the color name blue. So it generated different color palette options with the images that are related to the color palette. So I'm going to view different color palettes and try to find the color that I think would look good with the logo. I like this color palette because it has very nice blue colors. So I'm going to save this color palette as a JPEG image. Here on the right sidebar, you can see a list of options of how you can save the color palette. You can add the color swatches to Adobe Color Library, or you can save the color palette as different file formats. I'm going to do more research and try to find a few more variations of the color palettes. I'm going to continue searching for the color palettes, but this time in the search bar, I'm going to type in the word water. And based on the keyword, it will generate the different color palettes that are related to that word. And again, I'm going to scan the page and try to find a couple more color palettes that I think would look good in the logo. I'm going to save all color palettes as JPEG image. And I'm going to place all images of the swatches in the folder that is dedicated to this logo design project. After I found a few variations of the color palettes, I'm going to place them into the Illustrator artboard. So during the logo design process, I can use the color swatches and figure out what color combination would look the best in the logo. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to have a few design elements in the logo, such as mountains and bubbles. I'm going to go on Pinterest and try to find some inspirational images of the design elements, and then copy and paste them into Illustrator artboard, so I can reference those images when designing the logo. And now it's time to find fonts for the logo. To find fonts for the projects, I usually use this website, 101 Fonts, that offers a huge variety of free fonts. In the options bar, I'm going to select the font types that are the most related to what I'm looking for. I'm going to select the sans serif font type and also modern. I'm going to scan the page and try to find the font that would look good as the main font for the logo. So if I like the font, I'm going to open it in a new tab so I can look at it later. I have selected those three fonts as they look the best to me. So I'm going to download and install those fonts. So once I have the fonts installed, I'm gonna go back to Adobe Illustrator and add the fonts to the artboard. I'm going to add the three fonts that I have downloaded because I want to visually compare the fonts and see which one would look the best as the main font for the logo. From those three font variations, I'm going to pick the last option, as I think the last font looks more clean and modern. And I'm going to move the other fonts to the side in case I want to go back and change the font. As we have all the design assets ready, such as fonts, colors, and images, we can start designing the logo. At first, I'm going to create a bubble using a circle, and then I'm going to create a highlight on the bubble using a curve tool. I'm going to draw a shape of the highlight, and then I'm going to make specific points sharp, so it's going to look more like a highlight on the bubble using the anchor point tool, which you can find on the toolbar that is located on the left hand side. Right click on the pen tool, and then you will get a drop down with a few options. Select the last option, which is the anchor point tool. Using this tool, you can make any point on the curve look sharp. So I'm going to do that, and after that, I'm going to adjust points so that highlight looks more smoother and nicer. And now I'm going to adjust the tracking for the letters. It's the space between each letter. You can do it by selecting the character tab on the top bar. You will get a drop-down where you can adjust the tracking using this option. After that, I'm going to expand the text. Going into the Object tab on the top bar, and then you will get a drop-down menu where you need to select Expand, which is going to expand the text and allow you to edit each letter separately. And after that, we are going to ungroup the text. To do that, you need to select the text, right-click on the text, and in the drop-down menu, select Ungroup. Or you can use a shortcut, which is Ctrl-Shift-G. We are going to remove the circle on the letter I and replace it with a bubble. And now I'm going to add the mountains to the logo. So I'm going to select the image of the mountains and then expand it. We're just going to convert the JPEG image into the vector file. To do that, go to the Object tab on the top bar, go to the Object tab, in the drop-down menu, find Image Trace. Hover over the option and you will get another drop-down menu. In there, select Make and Expand option. And now we just made a JPEG image into the vector file. And then I'm going to take the mountains and position them where I want it to be. And now I'm going to make the word made a different color. I'm going to pick a light blue color. so it differentiates from the word Alberta. So I'm going to play with the colors and the positioning of the design elements. So I think I want to add a gradient to the logo. So I'm gonna go ahead into the gradient tab, and I'm going to create a gradient using different shades of blue. And I'm going to add the gradient to the bubble. I'm going to add a few more bubbles to the logo. So I'm going to duplicate the circle, and I'm going to place the circles that represent bubbles behind the letter D. And then I'm going to cut the shape using scissors tool that you can find on the left toolbar. On the toolbar, right-click on the eraser tool. There you will get a drop-down menu where you need to select a second option, which is a scissors tool. And then I'm going to cut the bottom part of the circle, and now it's going to look like D overlapping this circle and gives it very nice effect. And I'm going to make the mountain look nicer by manipulating the mountain ends and placing them just right above the word Alberta. And also I'm going to simplify the mountain by removing extra shapes. To make the bubble, look thinner on the sides and thicker on the middle. You can go to the top bar, and in the variable width profile, select the second option. And I'm just going to play around with the colors and positioning and see how I can improve the logo. So I think this logo looks really good. It's very clean and modern. But for now, I want to see how the logo would look like on the top of an image. So I'm gonna go to this website called Pexels, where you can find free images. And I'm going to try to find the images of the office space. I'm going to place a couple images on the artboard. I'm going to try to incorporate the logo into the image and see how I can make it look good. On the first image, I'm going to place the white logo on top of it. And with the second image, I'm going to use the colored logo. Just a note, I just found out that the logo was not spelled right because the client didn't give me the right spelling of the logo. So I just made the correction and now the logo is spelled the right way. Alberta Made. After showing the client the logo, the client really liked it. So we're gonna go ahead, finalize the logo, and start preparing the files for delivery. To do that, I'm going to create an artboard that is 500 by 500 pixels. And I'm going to place all the logos on it. I will create different variations of the logo, such as a logo with the different background colors, a logo on the white background, and also I will have a few variations of the logo on the top of the image. For one image, I want to create a small graphic and place bubbles, the circles, in two corners of the image. To make the bubbles look interesting, I'm going to color the circles in blue color. And then I'm gonna go to the Transparency tab and select the Lighten Blend mode. It's going to give the bubbles an interesting effect. And I'm going to do the same to the bubbles and the mountain on the logo. Once all logo design versions are finalized, I will start exporting the files. I'm going to export the logo files in JPEG image file, PNG file, and also PDF and vector files. I really love how the logo turned out. It looks very modern and clean, and it also represents the business's vision, and that's what's important. If you're looking to get a logo designed for your business, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on my website. I would love to chat with you about the project and learn more about your business. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If yes, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. And also don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you can be the first one to get notified when I post similar videos about design. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the design, and also feel free to ask me any questions about Adobe Illustrator or the tools I used to design the logo. I would be happy to answer all your questions. Make sure to check out my other video tutorials, and I will see you in the next video.